What does godly dating look like to you in 2024?
When I started dating your mom, we had this standard, we're not going to kiss before we say that we're engaged. And then when we got engaged, we're like, let's don't kiss till our wedding day. And I told that story everywhere from public school rallies where everybody in the room started laughing, like, and that was a mistake because that really wasn't the audience to be going there with, but I was learning. And I told that story to you as an example, not that that should be a standard, but I think that the standard that you set is indicative of the value that you ascribe. So I'm gonna give you an example for that. There are certain things in my life that are really locked up, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And there are certain things in my life that are out in the open, okay? What concerns me the most about if I were dating in 2024, and I know it's a broad question on purpose, because you just want me to take this wherever
you feel
I feel led to take it.
Exactly.
I feel that without setting your standard by the Spirit of God, you are going to be completely and totally lost, not only when it comes to social media, not only when it comes to different sexual things that are now way more prominent, because it has changed a lot, but inside of yourself. And one of the greatest things about standards, like godly dating, or back in the day, man, there was a whole movement in Christianity right before we were dating called I Kiss Dating Goodbye. And it was dating in itself is a sin. You need to have courtship.
Yeah, I've heard of that. There's like a book about that, right?
Yeah, and it is actually a beautiful, beautiful concept. And there was nothing wrong with the idea of commitment, because the premise of it was the way that we do dating in America doesn't prepare us for marriage, it prepares us for divorce.
Whoa.
So, you try it, you don't like it, you move on, you try it, you don't like it, you move on, you try it, you don't like it, you move on. The problem with that became, though, that then we got in this battle about, okay, well, I'm not dating for a year and now I've still got all these desires, and what do I do with them?
Right.
And it didn't really solve anything. It just basically was like mopping up the floor rather than fixing what was busted at the pipe.
Wow.
Right. You know the analogy I'm saying?
That's a crazy analogy.
Yeah, because anytime we just make it about rules, then we've missed the heart of the relationship.
Right.
So I don't know. I would throw it back on you to say, do you think that's weird that we were like, we're not going to kiss until our wedding day? Does that sound almost like alien to y'all to hear that that's where we set our line at that point in time?
No, sir. I think that is the ideal way to do it, because I feel like so many of my friends or whoever that I hear the problems they get in their relationships is based off of kind of this jealousy of, whoever their partner's past is. And I feel like that's such a thing that sort of creeps into so many relationships these days. And so I think like the more that you can eliminate stuff before you meet your wife, like that's going to be kind of awkward if you meet your wife and she's kissed another dude. Like if anyone's honest, you'd probably rather her not do that, and same her for you. So I do think that that's like ideally the best way to do it, 100%.
And I think when you said the word ideal, it tapped something in me. Like our ideal of what a relationship is going to be like is usually so unrealistic. There is no ideal friendship. There is no ideal father-son relationship. There is no ideal marriage or dating relationship for that matter. But I would ask this question, just like if I was looking for one guiding principle, are we after the same thing? Are we both seeking to glorify God with our lives? Let's start there. Do we both want to be more like Jesus, even though we know we have struggles? And if you honestly know that that's not happening, how can two walk together unless they be in agreement? If you're chasing one thing and I'm chasing another, it's going to rip us both apart.
Yep.
So I think you start from there. And man, I don't know how we would have done if we were dating in 2024. I think it's tougher, but I think that Jesus is still enough. And I think that a form of purity still matters. And I'm not saying don't kiss, but I'm saying And I used to teach dating seminars. I can go as deep as you want. I did dating seminars for 3 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, if I was going to preach somewhere, I'd say, now give me Saturday morning for the dating seminar.
And you would have just whoever wanted to come, or was it like couples?
No, they all had to come. Sometimes I would just get the boys, and then we went in.
That's when it got real.
That's when I could. That is the Explicit Youth Nation for men only podcast.
Right. Can't find those on the vault.
But I want you to know that I think there is a great value on your life. And so anybody you allow to be connected with you, or especially the connections that you make that are physical, I want you to guard the treasure God has put in you. And I'm not saying that as somebody who thinks it's easy. Oh, that's easy for you. You're married. I wasn't always married. You know, we had to navigate many of the same things. It's not like because I was anointed as some holy man of God, I didn't have the normal hormones and normal I mean, I can sit here and talk to you about how attracted I am to your mom physically. Would you like that?
No, sir.
Okay, next question. Hey, thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. I hope you were blessed today. If you were, share this with somebody. Like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, what we can pray for you about. Hope to see you back here again really soon.